Apparently, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, the Democrat representative in Brooklyn, New York, went against her doctor's advice and had way too much caffeine again. She recently went off at the podium in the House over Ilhan Omar, the anti-Semitic racist bigot from Minnesota, being removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body.
Ew, yikes. Can you imagine that on a hot August night? Okay, so, folks, my God, you see her bouncing up and down, and look who's behind her, Cori Bush. She's like, wow, girlfriend's going to go off, right? So, what the hell is she talking about? Okay, she's talking about Ilhan Omar being removed from her Foreign Affairs Committee because of all the hateful language that she has said about Israel and about Jewish people. And remember, she and Rashida Tlaib, they both tried to sneak into, if you will, Israel. They weren't sneaking in, but they were trying to get into Israel and they weren't allowed in. They made a big thing about it. But the fact of the matter was they were saying why they were going to go there before they went there. And it was to cause trouble inside the country with Palestinians. Okay, it was to get Palestinians riled up against the Israeli government. So here we have AOC equating removing an anti-Semite from the Foreign Affairs Committee to 9/11.
Body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress.
Of course, she's talking about Paul Gosar, who retweeted an anime cartoon that depicted him and AOC and that he kills AOC. Well, she calls that a threat on her life. However, and apparently, AOC wasn't that terrified of Paul Gosar because here she is while Kevin McCarthy was trying to become speaker. Remember, there was 15 votes. And here she is talking to him. She's animated, answering questions, smiles a couple of times. So what the hell is she talking about? How was she terrified that he threatened her life? Because he didn't threaten her life, folks. That's juvenile thinking right there. I remember when AOC tweeted out that Ted Cruz had tried to kill her on January 6th. She made the Olympic-style stretching leap to say that because a riot broke out on January 6th and because Senator Cruz was inside the House chamber utilizing a totally 100% legal constitutional authority of questioning the election results from a state, that he tried to kill her. This is her juvenile baby mentality. A senator, not even a member of the House, a senator goes and does what is 100% legal to do, something that Democrats have done every single time over the last 40 years whenever a Republican won the White House. And she says that because a riot broke out and because he was in the chamber doing a constitutional duty, that he tried to kill her. And then we found out that she wasn't even in the Capitol building at the time the riot happened. She's nothing but a complete total phony. Okay, let's move on.
This is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks.
She wanted to say another word and didn't know what it was.
When you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color.
As I recall, there were 3 Democrat members who were removed from committees, and 2 of them were men of color, and that color was white. Actually, it's about targeting a racist anti-Semite who wouldn't shut her mouth, and she was on the Foreign Affairs Committee. That's what it's about, AOC.
In the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
When my life was threatened. Thank you.
Her life wasn't threatened, folks. These people have lost their minds. You know what's going on? They were in charge for a while, and they abused their authority. They abused their power. They broke laws. They lied. They had the misinformation, fake news media that was supporting them the entire time. They had an administration that was even worse than them. And now they're out of power and they can't stand it. And AOC just started, right? In 2018 it was. So she's still a baby congresswoman, okay, with a baby pea-sized brain. So whenever I hear AOC go off on a rant or she does a really dumb tweet, I love to acknowledge it because it's just pure entertainment. You know, it's better than cable. All right, so that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending time with us. We will see you in the next one.